You might not know this about me, but I am cheap AF when it comes to starting my business. When it came to starting the juice company, I was the same way. It was, how can I do this the cheapest, most efficient, best way possible? I don't like spending a lot of money in my business, especially when you're getting started out. You're going to come across a whole bunch of expenses anyway, so I'd rather not throw a bunch of money out the window. And there's a lot of things you can actually do on your own without having to spend a ton of money and make it look really professional. Now, when I started the juice company back in 2014, I did my own labels, my own graphic design, all those kinds of things. Would I do it again that way? Maybe not necessarily. There are things that it's definitely worth paying for, but when it comes to starting your own business, I think it's really important to kind of get away with the bare minimum, prove your method, get going, and then you can start investing in different platforms and softwares to help elevate your business. So in today's episode of the Digital Wellness Club, I am getting into the tech stack that I use, what I would spend my money on if I was starting again fresh, and a few apps that I think are better saved for a little bit later in your business. So let's dive in. Now, with every business, when you get started, you can get on social media apps. Those are all free, obviously. But the number one thing that you need in your business right off the hop is an email platform. You need a way to be capturing people's email. And sure, you can use spreadsheets and you can start saving them that way, but it's really important to start growing your list from number one, and doing it in an organized manner is something that I highly recommend. So what I would suggest is there's free platforms out there, but you're going to end up moving over anyways. But you also don't need something that's super advanced. There are email platforms out there that cost a lot of money or will charge you per user. And I've tried a lot of them. I work in a lot of them for a lot of my clients. And the one that I recommend, number one, is Flowdesk. To me, it's like the Apple version of email. You've probably heard about it and seen about it a lot. They have a really good affiliate program, so a lot of people were happy to push this. But it actually is still the email platform I use. It's more new than, say, a MailChimp or ActiveCampaign. So it doesn't have all the same integrations, but they're always changing it, growing it, adding new things. And it's just really easy and simple to use, and it looks nice. They have good templates. So if you're just starting out, it's a great place to start. They've actually even added in checkouts on there. And so you can start making money while using that. It is charged, I want to say, I paid 19 USD for it, which is roughly $26 Canadian. I don't think the price has increased. And no matter how much my list grows, I don't pay any more, which is really, really nice. MailChimp, you can start with free, but you get really limited access to their automations and landing pages. They do have more of a vast and more robust system, but you're gonna pay for it. One of my clients pays almost $400 a month because she's got a huge list, and that's just kind of how it goes. You can use things like ActiveCampaign, which again is gonna cost more, but you can do more high-level email marketing. But when you're just starting out, something like Flowdesk works great. Now, the next thing that I highly recommend, and I use it every day in my business, is paying for Canva Premium. I understand there's a free version. Stick with the free version for a week or two, maybe if you're just learning, but it's $16.99 Canadian. So it is so cheap to start out. It is not expensive, and the amount of times that you will use this platform, if you're not a graphic designer, it's amazing what you can do in there. And they've added in so many AI features that you're getting so much for that $16. That program alone has transformed my business. It's incredible. So pay for the premium. It's not that much money, even if you're just starting out. Definitely get that. Now, if you're really starting to get the ball rolling, you're going to have a website. I paid for Squarespace. It is around $400 a month. And remember, that's also, you're going to have to pay for your own domain, but that can be really cheap. I think my domains are like $16 for the year. My Squarespace is around $400, like I said, for the year. I might have said month. $400 for about the year. It's like 40-ish bucks a month again, which is relatively pretty cheap. When you look at platforms like Kajabi, if you're going to be hosting online courses, that's upwards of $200 a month, right? So sometimes it makes sense too to invest in the annual payments because you'll save a certain percentage. Also, kind of search online for discount codes. I know Squarespace has another great affiliate program. So there's always people out there hawking codes to get, another 10, 20% off your annual subscription. That can save you a ton. So like I said, I've known Squarespace since the Juice Because days, and I've tried Shopify, but now my business isn't for selling in e-commerce. So Squarespace just fits a lot of my needs. It also started a membership site, which you have to pay more for, but again, it's only about $30 a month. But it kind of does everything pretty good. So that's why I like it. And the next piece of that is you have this business, everything happens online. If it is an online business, I pay for Zoom. Everybody uses Zoom. I use the paid version because I have meetings, and I think on the free version you get 45 minutes. So it's absolutely worth the whatever, 20 some dollars I pay monthly to have bigger meetings. Now, where I get kind of stuck is if you're going to host a webinar or something, you have to have an upgraded version of Zoom, which is well over $100. And right now, I just can't justify that. I'm not filling webinars with hundreds of people, so it's just not there for me. So we've got our email, we've got Canva, we've got Squarespace, we've got Zoom. The fifth thing that is new to my business, and it is worth every darn penny I spend on it, is a program called Descript. Again, it's only about $20 a month. Caveat there, all of these are fairly cheap monthly, but they do add up. So you have to, be aware of how much you're spending and on what platforms. Anyways, I use Descript, and what Descript is, it uses AI tech where you can upload videos and audio and it transcribes them for you. You can cut snippets out of it. I create reels this way with long form video. I take my transcription and I, go into something like Canva AI or ChatGPT, and I take that transcription and I use that for all my content. And so Descript is an amazing platform to do this with. It's, again, always growing. It's new. It's a new one for me. And in saying that, ChatGPT is also one that I just recently paid for. You can use the free one for a while. I do find that the paid version does produce better outcomes. But again, if your business you're not really using ChatGPT, maybe just go into Canva and use their AI doc writing until you get comfortable with that new type of tech. So I would say those are the 5 techs that I really love using. I use them every day and they're worth every penny. So just remember though, all these little $20, $30, $40, that stuff does add up. So you want to make sure you're really utilizing the best platforms that you can. Now I want to get into quickly the other 4-ish platforms that I still pay for now, but I didn't right off the hop. So something that I use all the time now though is Acuity. Again, it tags in with my Squarespace site, and it also works with Zoom, and it's for all of my meetings and schedulings. It also syncs up with my Google Calendar. This makes my life very easy. If somebody books a meeting through my Acuity account, which I'm looking at my screen here, is $25-ish a month, it automatically creates that in my Google Calendar, and then people can't book it, right? And it automatically sends a Zoom link and all that stuff. Why do I do this? That time that it would take for me to send the emails, plan my schedule, have the issue of maybe double booking things is worth the $25 a month. So I do it. I can send people a link. I can send clients links. It's just like chef's kiss for me. That's why I love it. I also started using Later. It is a scheduling app for social media posts. I use it because I had a lot of one-on-one clients and I could add clients to it, and I only had to use one portal. It's a little bit expensive. I'm questioning if I'm going to keep using this one or if I'm going to change. Also, if a client of mine just does Facebook and Instagram, they have their own scheduling platforms. So I could just use those. So that one to me is a little bit expensive. It's like $71 for only 2 accounts on there, mine and one of my clients. I might get rid of it. Not my favorite, but I still do pay for it. So I wanted to share that. I also launched my podcast, and you need to pay for that. I right now use Libsyn, Libsyn, and it's like less than $10 a month, and it does exactly what I need. There are other ones like Buzzsprout, Podbean Cast or something. I don't know. Libsyn is cheap and it works, gets the job done. So I'm happy to pay that. And one of the last things that I pay for monthly, and this is also a new one, is Midjourney. Now, if you're not using AI, then I wouldn't worry about it. But if you're interested, it is so much fun. It's $14 a month. I have a whole guide on how to create your own AI images, and they're so fun. And for me, it's almost feels like it's not work. It's just play. I get to be really creative. And so again, that $14 is totally worth it for me. I really do like a cost per use, kind of like with clothes. I do cost per wear. If I buy a new pair of shoes, $200. How many days do I have to wear it to pay it off, or how much is going to cost per wear if I wear it 200 times? It's like these apps. That's how I kind of look at them. How often do I use them in the month? And Midjourney, I use a few times a month easily. I use it for all my YouTube covers. I use it for Instagram posts. I use it for marketing material. So for me, 100% worth it. I love it. If you're not going to use it, then don't use it. So the takeaways here that are really important when you're just getting started out, you just need the basics. You just need the tools that are just going to help get your business going. And then you can start looking at what tools are actually going to help save you time, right? Then it's worth the money. Then you can spend your time focusing on more money, income generating tasks. That is the goal. If any of these apps or monthly things, platforms that you sign up for are not doing that, they're not saving you time, they're creating more work, get rid of them. I reevaluate every couple months, almost monthly actually, when I do my budgeting, what apps I'm using and if it's worth using. And I'm like real quick to cut them off the board if I don't like them. So like I said, be aware. It's only $20 a month. Well, that does add up. So use the apps that really help you. If you have any questions, let me know. And get out there and play. There's so many apps that are really fun. And you'll find exactly what you need for your business because it is out there and it does take a little trial and error. But I hope this helps and we'll see you next time.